up, Wedding Nerdigans? This is the one and only Packer Girl 89, and today's hashtag book nerdigan discussion is still part of the hashtag 27 B-Day extravaganza, as promised, is going to be Leviathan by Thomas E. Sniegoski, which is the second book in the Fallen series and part of the hashtag Angel Readathon. And the only reason this book and this series is getting the hashtag 27 B-Day extravaganza is because A, I promised Thomas E. Sniegoski, the author, that I would do it, and B, because I started doing this series on my birthday, which was on May 29th, 2016. So deal with it, people. Anyway, so here's the cover. So for those that don't know, Leviathan, if you want to get the book, Leviathan actually does come with the Fallen, but because I want to be awesome, I want to show the individual cover because the artwork is really cool on some of the individual ones. So here is Leviathan. So yeah. Now, that's the cover. Thank you, Minnie Popo. Let's get to it. So the prologue is a little bit different. So amidst the South Serbian mountains nestled within the gorge of the Black River, so there's this monastery called the Crna Reka Monastery, and it was a lonely place, a place for reflection and absolution. The church itself was constructed within a large cave during the 13th century, and it's homage to the Archangel Michael. See, the Archangel Michael is extremely important. He comes back in the hashtag Angel Readathon again. This isn't the first time, and this isn't the last time. The hermit monks soon built their cells around the church, and a small drawbridge was erected over the Black River. By a great blessing of God, the river disappeared underground just before the monastery, and then reappeared several hundred meters later, sparing the monastery the deafening roar of the water's noise. And then we get our first appearance of Lucifer. This series is like the only series where I love Lucifer. Lucifer is amazing in this series. So, and Lucifer, because I'm going to be doing a lot of Dragon Ball Z references, because Tom knows what I'm talking about because I talked to him on Twitter about this. And if you go to the favorites tabs on my Twitter profile, you will know. But Lucifer is our Piccolo of this series. But anyway, so we see Lucifer at the monastery observing people pray, and the sinner sought forgiveness for the evil he had wrought. And a mouse kept him abreast. The mouse named oh my god, call me an Arceus. I totally forgot his name. Mountain. There it is. Mountain. If you don't know the reference, then you are freaking stupid. I'm sorry. You should know the reference for him. A mouse kept him abreast of events outside the hermitage. And then we get to Verchiel, a.k.a. our Vegeta. Lift your heads. The time for this one to be shown reverence passed when the first seeds of the Great War were sown. We have come for you, son of morning. Your corrupting time upon God has ended. And then Lucifer says, so angry, so filled with blind hatred. I've seen that look before. It's very familiar to me. I used to see it every time I saw my reflection. Burn! Lucifer, then Verchiel did not like that shit at all, and he hit Lucifer with a glory mace. And I wonder, and I totally, because I think I was watching Justice League at the time, I was like, I wonder if it's as strong as Hot Girl's mace, because Hot Girl's mace could beat the shit out of demons in Hades. So yeah, and then that's the end of the prologue. So now we're into the main story, and it takes place 2 weeks after the events of the Fallen, and this is where I got frustrated in my Lauren Kate rant, and Lauren Kate's books a little bit, especially in Rapture, because of this statement from Camille right here. He says here, I have no need for food. We feed off of the energies of life. Everything that is alive radiates energy. We are like the plants of the sun, absorbing this energy to maintain life. And this is consistent in every Angel book that I've read in the hashtag Angel Readathon. So that's why I got mad at Lauren Kate for that. Why the fuck are you saying angels have souls and need to eat and all this other bullshit when you have this shit that says that they don't? And then we get our first Vilma point of view, which I like, and this is one thing I like about this series, and this is what I'm gonna definitely bring this up when I get to my rant on Battle Angel, is that what Tom does in this series is he leaves, and this is why the series is so long, he leaves no stone unturned. He has every point of view from almost like every important character of the series. So you always know what's happening with different characters in different points of view. So I like that a lot. So then we meet Mufgar of the Orisha clan, and he says this: blessed be they who are the powers, those who allow us to experience the joys of living, even though we have no right to this gift. I have called this council, for our merciful masters have bestowed upon us a perilous task. A task with the most generous reward. If we succeed in our new task, our masters say they will reward us with blessed freedom. Our independence we will have earned. If we wish to be free of the powers, we must complete the sacred chore. Then and only then we will be allowed to search for the safe place. And our creators broke the laws of God by making us. We are blemishes upon the one God's world. The powers have allowed us to live, to prove ourselves worthy of the life bestowed upon us by their fallen brethren. When we have done this, then and only then will be given our freedom and allowed to search for the safe place. Lord Vachiel has said that any who defy his wishes could be expunged from existence. We will continue to hunt the Nephilim. It's the only way I can guarantee the continued existence of our kind. We will track the enemy of our masters and capture him when we succeed. Then we shall be set free. This council has ended. And then we get to Camille here too. What Camille says here. So the wards are merely a distraction. My magical skills are nowhere near Vachiel's and the Archons in his service. And what the let's see. And then he gets into what the Archons are. So angels of the powers who have mastered the complexities of angelic magics. Angelic magics are extremely important in this series, so that's why I'm mentioning them. And that's why I love that everything comes back full circle. You'll understand once you get deeper into the series what I mean. They will see through our ruse sooner rather than later, but let us hope that the wards will buy us enough time to find that which you are being drawn. But it may be that you are being pulled to something else, of greater importance. It is a most elusive place. You could be taking us to Aerie. It is a place unlike any other of this world. Any other on this world, Aaron. A special place, a secret place, where those who have fallen await their reunion with heaven. The Aerie is hidden from me, for I am not fully trusted. Remember, I was once the leader of the powers, and they would like nothing more than to burn away Aerie and all it stands for. And Aaron, those who live there in the secret place, and they believe in the prophecy that you personify. They're awaiting you, boy. It's your destiny to release all who repent. Oh my god, okay. I just did a Manga Nerdigan discussion, or Manga Nerdigan live reaction about this place, about the glam of gas. And now I have to laugh again about this kind of shit. Because Camille's reaction to Gabriel's gas was fucking hilarious. The dog Gabriel's gas. That shit was so funny. I could not stop laughing. It's funny. And then we find out who the council that we were just reading about, we find out who they are. So what Camille says, those are Orishas, crude attempts by my fallen brethren to create light. Sounds familiar. Sounds like Frankenstein. Like Paradise Lost and all that jazz. Let's see. Miserable failures that would have been eradicated long ago if it weren't for the powers. They used Orishas as slaves, as hunter trackers. They have proven quite ferocious in battle despite their diminutive size. The powers have probably put a bounty on our heads. The Orishas will try to capture us, and if that's not possible, they will surely attempt to kill us. And then Aaron beheads Mufgar. That was so badass. Oh my god, Narcissus. And then Camille says this: did I mention that the Orishas dip their blades in a narcotic that immobilizes their prey? I purged the poison from my system. It's something you could have done as well if you bothered. I was waiting for you to act. You handled yourself quite bravely against the powers, but now comes the difficult part. I want to see what you could do against the powers, but now I've skipped a part. Here it is. I wanted to see what you could do. These are merely pests in the grand scheme of things. Bothersome insects that should have been swatted away. When the animal was healed before, the power you wielded was raw in its purest form, its most potent state. Remember, see, Gabriel has some power development too. It's extremely important. Let's see. Oh, here it is. You commanded it to prepare Gabriel, and it did just that, only I think it may have altered him as well. You just gave the command, and the presence within you took it from there. And then Camille, like after they left Lynn, Camille described how an angel experiences the five senses not as individual sensations, but as one overpowering perception of everything around it. And it sounds like how in the Gregory series, Gregory from the Embrace series by Jessica Shervington. Remember how the Gregory there could only usually only have like one or two senses, but Violet had all five. Where when they sensed exile, they had like or not just exile, but yeah, it was mainly exile, where they have these different tastes. Like there's a taste of apple. There was seeing flashes of light. There was, for hearing, it was, what was it? It was birds flapping. Oh my god, I can't remember the other ones off the top of my head. I might have to look at it. Hold on a second. It's gonna bother the freaking heck out of me. I know where it is, though. Where are you, you mother? I think it's here. Where is it? It's gonna bother me. Just hold on a second. I'm going to find this. Okay, now I have it right here. So here it is. So for the Gregory, they have. This is what it reminded me of. So because Violet was I'm gonna spoil it for everybody, but you should have read it. But there's Violet, because she came from the Soul, which was the highest of angel rank for that particular series. She was able to have all five senses. So there was, for smell, it was a field of flowers. For sound, it was bird wings flapping through the trees and wind. Taste of apple, lights flickering on and off when her eyes were closed, and hot and cold sensations for touch. So yeah, that's what it reminded me of. That's what Camille said. That's what it reminded me of. Anyway, so let's get back to this. So now we get a Stevie point of view, and that's why I said when I said Tom leaves no stone unturned, he leaves no stone unturned here. So I like what he says here. He talks about here about how the Archons are transforming him, and they're using transfiguration symbols and plunging a needle of magical change into his stomach, which matured Stevie into an adult, and his body altered to physical perfection, and his sensitivity to the preternatural greatly augmented. Oh my god. Okay, so then they get to this town, which is dealing with supernatural problems. And they're staying at this old woman's house, Mrs. Provost, and I love what she said. She's like, she doesn't tolerate the home shopping network and porn. I was just like, oh my god. I thought that was so random. And then Camille fell into a trap, because this is when you know there's problems. Camille fell into a trap, and believes he's in a Camille finds out that he's in a fake area, and he's getting fed off of. And then Aaron wakes up from a nightmare with a glory sword in hand made from sun rays. And this is how Gabe describes Mrs. Provost. And this is when we know it's really a trap. Her scent had changed. I love this fucking writing. It was like the ocean, but older. The projectiles that had hit his left leg was a circular object, smaller than a tennis ball, covered in wet, glistening spines sticking in his thigh. A horrible numbness was spreading through his body, and he slumped to the floor. And Mrs. Provost, in a language composed of buzzes and clicks, I am Leviathan. I see what you did there, Tom. I see what you did there. I am Leviathan, and we are Legion. And then Virgil on Stevie, here we go. We got the name. Malik. hunter of false prophets. That's what that's what. And if you remember in Lauren Cates' Fallen series, or not the Fallen, Fallen series in Rapture, they went to Kaon Malak to find out where the site of the fall was. I just realized that it was Kaon Malak, and it's similar. So yeah. So now we get to the Leviathan. I thought the story of the Leviathan was extremely interesting. So here we go. I have existed since the 5th day of creation. I was that spark of uncertainty in the Creator's thought as He forged the world that brief moment of chaos before Genesis. The darkness of the ocean became my dwelling, and then I thrived, hidden beneath the waves until Lord God sensed my greatness and sent His angelic messengers to snuff out my glory light. The ocean was my domain, and any who dared transverse them were subject to my wrath, and I soon developed a taste for the lives of those the Creator sent to destroy me. That's what has kept me alive over the millennia, and what will eventually free me from my prison beneath the sea. I sense in you a power that both frightens and excites. Never have I encountered one such as you. It could have been your individual paradise, like a bee to the flower. I used the promise of personal heaven to lure you to me, a place where you would have been content until your final days, but you rejected it. It all ends the same. You within the belly of the Leviathan. And take comfort in knowing that the power that resides within you now flowing into me will be used to reshape the world. Through the eyes of my minions, I have seen what the Creator's world has become, a place teetering daily on the brink of chaos. That is what God has done. I can do better. When I am finally free from my prison beneath the earth and sea, I will use your power, your marvelous strength to push this place towards pandemonium, and then I shall mold it in my glorious image. And then we get a Leviathan. I love that we get a Leviathan point of view. And that's why, again, this is why I love this series. Because we even get point of views from the monsters. I love it. And then we get Aaron's adventures inside the Leviathan. Look upon those that fell before my might, Nephilim. He was the archangel Gabriel, the messenger of God. Yes, Gabriel is inside the Leviathan, an extension of the Creator's word. He was vanquished as easily as the others. And Gabriel woke up inside the Leviathan. And he says this, I've long waited for your arrival. I knew that my torment would last an eternity, that my successor would eventually come and complete the task assigned to me, that there is not time for misunderstanding. You are, as I was, a messenger of God. Yeah, the Nephilim are messengers of God. That is what it wants you to believe. That is how it has defeated us all by making us believe that which is not true. I give it again to you, my weapon of choice. Take it now as you took it the first time you struggled within the grasp of nightmare. I give it to you, the bringer of light. Use it well, messenger of God. And the sword healed Aaron, which was freaking awesome. And then we get back to Gabriel here. He says, you have hurt the beast. Now you must finish the task we failed to complete. In the name of the Creator, slay the beast Leviathan. That is not possible. To do battle with the monster would only quicken my inevitable demise. Because Aaron was saying, why can't Gabriel do it? That's why. But this is what I didn't understand. And Tom, I want to know this, because you have responded to me on Twitter and given me feedback, so I want to know this. But if the sword could heal Aaron, couldn't the sword heal Gabriel? That's what I didn't understand. The sword could heal Gabriel. Is it because Gabriel is just in a worse condition than Aaron was, and it wouldn't have healed Gabriel fast enough? That's where I was getting confused. So if you want to respond to me on Twitter about that would be freaking fantastic. Okay. More are in as dire conditions as I am. They, Gabriel and Camille, have not been prisoners of the beast for long. They will survive if the Leviathan does not reclaim them. I've been inside your mind, Nephilim. I've seen the fear that fills your thoughts. The power of heaven is your legacy. It is the might that exists within you that will allow you to perform your sacred duties as messenger. It belongs to you. You are its master. Own this power. Show that you are an emissary of heaven. And finally, Aaron embraced his power and gave Leviathan a taste of his own medicine. I would have loved if it was Aaron and Gabriel versus Leviathan. That would have been so fucking cool. But Tom, I just want to know if it's because it would have taken too much time for the sword to heal Gabriel, or what? That's just what I want to know. And I'm curious if, like, how Gabriel was communicating with Aaron is kind of like mind speak. For those that don't know what mind speak is, it's like what happened with Patch and Nora in the Hush Hush series by Becca Fitzpatrick. They were speaking and were able to control, and Patch was able to control Nora's actions via telepathy, basically. Mind commands and all that shit. A perfect bliss that involved its very own demise. And then we have the angelic power / pride, and we had the, I said it was basically saying pride, and then we have the Leviathan saying this. They have all thought themselves superior. The righteous against the wicked. Is there ever any doubt against the outcome? They never could imagine the strength that I amassed. Overconfidence has always been their downfall. And yeah, this is like what I totally thought of was, I'm being a total DPC dork right now. This is like the adventures of Goku and Vegeta inside Buu, which is like the best part of the Buu saga. And Aaron says this, no games, I can't fight you anymore. Eat me and I hope you choke. Or no, this was Vegeta, not inside Buu. This is when Vegeta, it was Vegito as the fighting candy, and he was fighting Super Buu. That's what it was. No games, I can't fight you anymore. Eat me, and I hope you choke. And then Post flying out of Leviathan with his black wings, got a message from the big honcho upstairs. You're dead. That was just so Vegito. It just totally was. And then Camille says this, the spawn cannot continue to exist without the beast's minds. They were all part of one great beast, and the parts cannot survive without the whole. And to me, that sounds like Parasite, because in Parasite, in the anime / manga Parasite, what happened was the Parasite took, with the exception of a few, like Shinichi, the Parasite took control of the human brain. Basically, the human was dead. They took control of the brain, and if you didn't basically behead the human, the Parasite would just still live. So there you go. And then Aaron healed all the angels that were trapped in there, including the Archangel. And he said, you're free. Time to go home. The vivified angels gravitated toward the Archangel Gabriel, orbiting around the messenger of God, bathing him in a luminous auras. And through the light, Aaron could see that Gabriel was growing stronger, gaining sustenance from his angelic brothers. Archangel Gabriel was escorting them home. And then Gabriel says, we have much to thank you for, fellow messenger. The monster has been vanquished and our freedom regained. Know that my blessing goes with you on your perilous journey, brave Nephilim, and that your acts of heroism shall be spoken of in the kingdom of God. With these acts, you have done much to expunge the sins of the father and to fulfill the edicts of the prophecy. And you are your father's son. At first I didn't see it, but then it was oh so obvious. You have your father's eyes. We're gonna find out who his father is soon. And then Camille on the townsfolk, because they were in Blythe. That's where they were. They were in Blythe. Okay. And let's see. And this is what Camille says. Their bodies are rejecting Leviathan. And like I forgot to mention this too. I didn't mention it because I stick to the mythology, but I'm gonna mention it because I know Tom is watching this. We even got points of view from the people in Blythe, and including the veterinarian that Aaron worked for, which I thought was pretty cool. But anyway, their bodies are rejecting Leviathan's invasive spawn. I would imagine they will be fine as soon as the dead creatures and their nests are expelled from the body. How long the creatures were inside them? Most likely since Rachiel wholeheartedly abandoned his holy mission and became obsessed with preventing the prophecy from becoming a reality. By ignoring their task, the powers have allowed the forces of chaos to take root in the world, growing in strength and unabated. I shudder to think what other malign purveyors of wickedness are hiding in the shadows of the world. Oh, we'll see. I love what Aaron says sarcastically. I love what he says. I wonder if they have anything to do with global warming. And then I also love that Camille is addicted to fries. I just thought that was so random that of all the food that anyone could be addicted to, he's addicted to fucking fries. I thought that was hilarious. And then And then Camille, I don't understand why you hate the Beatles. I love the Beatles. And you hate on Yesterday, you bastard. Like, why? And then we get to the epilogue, and it's Vilma. The first part of it is Vilma dreams of the prophecy with Arakesh burning. And then she sees an angel outside her window, too, which is fucking crazy. And then this is how it ends, because we get a Malik point of view, too. So it ends with this. So Malik stood and walked around the cave. He tilted his head back, letting the fetid air of the fetid chamber fill his nostrils. His powerful sense of smell sorted the different scents until he found the one he sought. The hunter moved across a cavern, zeroing in on the source of the prized spore. He found it upon the wall of the cave, the tiniest trace of blood. He leaned into the wall of the cave, the tiniest trace of blood. He leaned into the wall, sniffing, but the blood had dried, which had taken away some of its pungent aroma. Malik leaned closer, his tongue snaking out from within the crimson face mask to lick at the stain. At the stain. His saliva reviving the blood's sharp metallic stench. The smell flooded his preternatural senses, and the hunter smiled. He now had the scent. It was only a matter of time. I love this book. This book was really good, considering, this is kind of like an in-between book if you think about it, because we kind of have an idea of where we're going, but yeah, there's a lot of foreshadowing in here, especially with when Camille said remember what Camille says about Verchil abandoning his main mission, because that's going to come back. I'm telling you it is. Anyway, I want to know what you nerdigans thought about that, and also if you want to know, especially the author Tom Sniegoski's thoughts on my videos and stuff like that, especially with the first one, The Fallen, go on my Twitter and go to favorites. Go on my favorites, because I favorited all of his tweets. I barely favorite tweets, but I favored his tweets. You can go look, and you can see his feedback. He loved my first one, so thank you, Tom, for loving my video. It really made my day, especially after the kind of birthday I really had. My birthday was not the best, so I really appreciated that. So remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdigans Inc. And if you love what I'm doing and want to become a Nerdigan today, make sure you go to my Patreon and donate to my Patreon, become a Nerdigan today. The link is in the description box below. And follow me on Twitter to see more of the shenanigans I cause on the interwebs. I do cause a lot of them. I really do. I have to block trolls on a regular basis. So anyway, until next time, I will see you, Nerdigans, in the next book, which will be Airy by Thomas E. Sniegoski. Until next time, Nerdigans, bye!